The Ancient Egyptian Book of Two Ways. This audio presentation is read and voiced by Shakim Ra. It is provided to the public by Armin Ra University. Copy text 1029. May trembling befall the eastern horizon of the sky at the voice of Nut as she clears the ways for Ra before the Great One, so that he may make the circuit. Raise yourself, O Ra, raise yourself, O you who are in your shrine, that you may lap up the winds, that you may swallow the vertebrae, that you may spit out the day, and that you may breathe Ma'at. May the followers go around when the bark travels to Nut. May the great ones quiver at your voice. May you count your bones. May you pull together your limbs. May you turn your face to the beautiful west as you come anew every day, because you are that image of gold, wearing the radiant locks. As for the sky and earth, they fall before you, trembling because you circle ever anew every day. The horizon rejoices. There is joy at your toe rope. Up in text 1030. The starry host is in Heliopolis, the sun people in Babylon, because of the birth of its 1,000 gods to him who is bound on his headband and has grasped his steering oar. I go down with them to the lotus proud boat at the dockyard of the gods, that I may take a bark therefrom, 2 lotuses at its ends, that I may sail in it with him as monkey heart, and that I may act as pilot in it to that district of Nut, to the stairway of Mercury. To the stairway of Mercury, the starry host is in Heliopolis, the sun people in Babylon, O you who have given birth to 1,000 gods, who have bound on your head, and who have honed your steering oar. May I be judged with them at the rigging lofts of the dockyard of the gods, that I may take therefore a bark with lotus at its ends, that I may go forth in it to the sky, that I may sail in it to Nut, that I may sail in it with Ra, and that I may sail in it with him in his monkey heart, on that district of Nut, at that stairway of Mercury. Spell for sailing in the great bark of Ra. This flame which burns against you is that which is around Ra, that which is bound together around him. Be fearful. A lord of storm is the Ra bark. Join the flame. I have come hither with wiped face. I have seen the one who has attained Ma'at, fallen through the agency of those splendid of form, who are in the bend of the sacred lake, the companions of the reed dwellers of the lake of reeds. We shall hand them over. Their great ones are in joy. Their little ones are in happiness. Make way for me at the prow of his bark. Shine in his disk. Be effective in his soul. And rise up in front of his Uriah when he partakes of offerings as the Lord of Ma'at. I have accumulated what is injured in him. I have brought Ma'at to him that he may live on it. Go, go, come, come. Tell the condition of his father in noon, and convey his voice at evening. I have come, bringing Apep to him, and I have spat upon his wounds for him. Make way for me that I may pass by. I am the greatest of the gods. Come, pass by, that your bark may be rolled along, O Lord. Perception, you are the heir of the Great One. Dampen the flame, extinguish the fire, make way for me. It is the one who unites them that causes the horizon to approach me. I have passed the great ones. I have instructed the westerner who is in his bark. I have traversed the entourage of flame, which is around the Lord of those who wear the sidelock. Pass by, says Heru Kahudi, that you may govern the bark, the eye of your father. This flame which burns against you is that which is around Ra, that which is bound together around him. Be fearful when the bark of Ra rages, and join what is sacred. I have come hither with white face in the bend of the sacred lake. I have seen the one who has attained Ma'at, fallen among those holy of form who are in sarcophagi. Bountiful it is, the lake of reeds. I have seen there. We shall go to them. Their great ones are in joy. Their little ones are in happiness. Make way for me at the prow of the bark of the one whose disk shines, and who is effective in his soul, that I may rise up in front of his Uriah when he partakes of the offerings, while being embraced as the Lord of Ma'at. What is this? It is a shrine. I am the one who circles the great bulls, the son of the kite, Isis of Osiris. He has testified concerning his father, the Lord of those things which are within. I have removed what is injured in him. I have brought Tefnut to him, that he may live on. Go, come, tell his condition. Exhibit Ma'at to Nebuchadnezzar the All-Lord. Go, make invocation at evening. I have come, bringing to him the two jaws which were in Rosata'u, bringing to him the spine which was in Heliopolis, and I have united him, his throng. I have opposed Apophis, and I have spat upon the wound's form. Make way for me, that I may pass among you. I am the greatest of the gods. Come, pass by. Roll the bark of the Lord, perception onwards. You are the heir of the great one. Dampen the flame, that he may extinguish the fire. Make way for me. It is their illuminers whom the horizon admits, that I may pass the great ones, after I have instructed the westerner who is in his bark. Dampen the flame, that he may extinguish the fire. Make way for me. It is their illuminers whom the horizon admits, that I may pass the great ones, after I have instructed the westerner who is in his bark, and after I have traversed the entourage of fire, which is around the land of those who wear the sidelock. Pass by us, says Heru, the Lord, and prepare the bark. Your eye is the Father. Spell for passing the flaming entourage of the cabin of Ra's bark. Coffin text 1034. On your faces, mysterious serpents, let me pass. I am a mighty one, the Lord of those of might. I am a dignitary of Ra, the Lord of Ma'at, the begetter of Uto. The protection of Ra is my protection. He has traveled around the field of offerings belonging to me. I am Ra, a greater god than you, who counts his eniods in giving offerings. Coffin text 1035. The guide of the ways of Roseta'u. I have passed the ways of Roseta'u, which are on water and land. These are the ways of Oser. They are on the edge of the sky. As for any person who knows the spell for going down by them, he is a holy god in the suite of Tehuti. Moreover, he can go down to any sky into which he desires to go down. But as for him who does not know how to pass on those ways, he shall be taken by a stroke of death, which is ordained, being a non-entity who has no ma'at forever. Coffin text 1131. Hail to you, my father, and the two companions in your beautiful field, Lord of those who gave to the defiant your putrefaction in it. It lightens more than the sky in your soul when Ra stands in the midst of the sky to lead his keepers. It is on the smells that he, Ra-Atum, turns his back. The lock of hair was cut off, and the eye which the pellet in its socket sealed. May the pellet which went forth from you live, having covered the head of a nail. As the fly flies, Osiris lives, who pulls together the great one, who pulls together the great one, the flood waters and the sacred cows. I am a creator and a wise man. I am a creator who raises his father. I created the one, the great one, the male, and the great female. I created the great green and the great flood waters. I am the defiant one of Canaan who takes away enmity. I have come that I might see Osiris, live beside him and ride beside him. I resemble you. I am your image. These are the names of their keepers which are in writing. Indeed, this is their form entirely. As for any soul who does not know their words, he falls into the traps of the valley there. Their names have been written, they being beside those evil ones. As for any person who will know their words, he will pass by there. He will sit beside the great God in any place where he is. He will fear him himself. He is entirely perfect in spirit. As for any person who will know, he will not perish forever. They will place a seal on him like every god, for whom they do it, with all the gods. Coffin text 1132. The gate of flaming front hidden back in which there is a man who is bound. It is in the firmament with the sun for a duration. I am Noon, Lord of darkness. I have come that I may have power over the way, and that his faces may be afraid of me. I am the one who is heavy for you on your two shoulders. I have come here from Heliopolis that I may be crowned with the mighty one, that I may see the bull of Heliopolis in their form, that I may see water in darkness. Say to them, I know them by their pictures. I saw their mother's delivery. May I draw for you among them the names of Nu, bull of Heliopolis, that they may illumine me inside. Coffin text 1133. I show this way on which I pass. I am Usernin, Lord of secrets. I am mightiest of all the Janut gods. I am the squalor of the lungs. As for Shu, he passes by the liver on the sledge. Mine is my father. Coffin text 1134. Open to me, and then I shall sleep. Open to me, and I shall be protected from them. It is a perfect spirit who guards the gate of the mansion of numerous faces. I have come after I traveled the waters. I moved about until you called, and I passed by the shoulders of Osiris. He knows that mine are those who are in the gates, their guardians. I am a lord of traveling who was not opposed afterward. I went after, my face having been around you. Not like Ajen and his two companions. Mine is traveling himself. I am he who is wrapped up in darkness. My head will be mine, my arms will be mine, and my legs will be mine. Coffin text 1135. The souls of Nekin, the Caesars, the keepers of his limbs in rage. Hail to you, who sees his lands for him, O keepers of limbs in rage. I am the Nekinite, who has borne your snakes. I am the torch which is in you. May I pass with Shu in noon. I am the one who satisfied his heart after the mistress. I am the one who will restore the sky to order. I am the one who will have power over darkness. More mighty is the striking force of God than that of the mighty one. Mine are those who are possessors of requirements. I am his protection in darkness. More mighty is the striking force of this God than that of the mighty one. Mine are those who are possessors of the requirements. I am his protection in darkness. The terrible one who went forth from his eye. I have come here from Abydos after I found his water, that the snakes may go down. The sealed chamber. Coffin text 1136. I have come by the north winds. Mine is the place of Shu, with which noon was full in the midst of Dendera. Mine is authoritative utterance who speaks in darkness, rich in hours. Open the way. that I may pass to you thereby by saying my name. I have come here from Sepah. I have seen that which was in it. I am the one who saw and beheld. I encountered the dawn palm. I have made the Sepah secret. I have aided you as a youth. What I said to you there is an enduring image. I am the one who carved the north winds of Sepah. I am the horizon which they experienced. I am the one who carved the north winds of Sepah. I am the horizon which they experienced. My way is clean. Coffin text 1140. Spell 1140 is enclosed by a wall of black darkness. The bull that is pictured on it probably explains the use of horn and gives us an antecedent for his, and it is his horn which gives darkness, illness, and death. The deceased appeals to the gods, including Ra, Atum, and Aset, for help against this demon. He is in the midst of darkness. It is his horn which gives darkness, illness, and death. This is what is in that which is upon it at the great flaming doors. Opener of mouth, in darkness is his name. O Ra, Atu, Nun, Old One, and Divine Aset, I have come here in fear. O fiery ones, I am the powerful one who went forth from the vultures in the daytime. My head is Rager, whose horns have been cut off in darkness. The slayer is your arm, according as it cut off the head of the one who comes, that he may oppose as God. It is I whom the goddess the mistress has borne. It is Emesti who purifies me when the hand of the destroyer of my power rages. Coffin text 1141, surrounded by fire. I am the one whom the fire illumines. I am the one who breaks the fetters, who shoots at underlings. I am the one who repels her and who gives her to the earth gods who are in the lake, and to Geb, your protector. On your face, do not examine his character. Coffin text 1142. She whose name was presented in the midst of her fire. They, the miserable ones, guard his house and her fire. Beware, O earth gods of the boat. Stand, protect. Ra, Atum, Nun, Old One, Shu, Iku, Nemu, and Hetep. The woman has opposed the sick one. They whose names were presented made her walls. I am the one whom Ra built, whom Shu built. Ma'at belongs to this God, who is in the midst of flame, who has not placed the just ones in himself with another command, which went forth from his mouth on the day of protecting his soul, which you have commanded has protected me. He is driven off from these your wounds, while the underlings are worms upon you. I am Ma'at, who is in the nail. If you come opposing me, then the terrible one will be expelled from the earth god, and the sharp one from the aggressor, until I retreat, going and coming. There are 600 in the breadth of this garden. Shu, Nun, Atum, Ra, the Old One. I have passed Shu, Nun, Atum, Ra, the Old One, Seth, he who is in his eye, he whose fire illumines his spirit, terrible one, Nun, she who has borne body of face, who is more excellent than his brothers, falcon, bird, and feather on the day of scratching. They are safe after the destroying. Their prayer is everlastingness. Swim toward them, O secret face. Make a picture of 2 arms at the time of your goings and comings. Horus the elder, who is in the midst of the stars, the upper ones as well as the lower ones. Coffin text 1145. The protectors whom he knows, the warrior who guards him in the midst of his shrine. Oh, gray-haired one who hears the sistrum player. O physicians, protect me every day from those whose names are unknown. Lords of life, breathe every day on the one opposed to them. O you four gods whom the goddess the mistress bore, the one who comes opposed to me is the destroyer, and I cause him to know that I am the one who has borne you. O unique one, I pass by in order to satisfy the heart of the trap maker, that you may trap the shining day. The fingers in front of him as well as his hand are what blind. Rise up, O Heliopolitan of the desert. I am the one who rose you again, in accordance with your desire. After he, Apep, has shot at you, your harp was taken by Shu. I was excellent when I passed by in your peace. Your power was divided by the angry of mouth, and your striking force was extinguished by those who are in front of Shu. An authoritative utterance who raise an uproar in noon. I am the powerful one, the aggressor. This is your shrine. I am your mighty one. Make way for me. I am a justified one who follows the bloody one. I am a man of stature who will not be seen by those around him who shoot arrows. Your voice was extinguished by those of Osiris. In Apep, under whom the whole coils will offer to him. I am the one that will speak. Then Aset the Great, whose house is under her will, offers to him. You are the one who speaks against me. This great baboon, who is among the gods, will offer to me, the one under him, with a crane and sutet bird. May you fall on your face. Depart. The god, the lord of the red mansion, which is in the horizon, comes peacefully. I am myself. I pass your trembler when Ra shines peacefully. Coffin text 1146. Image of a mansion. He will sleep so that he may wake at the year's beginning of the season festival, and so that his entourage may see him. It is the noise that is heard. It is the place of the demolisher who has placed himself in readiness since he saw the perfect spirit. The way of passing him when he sails therein, the sky, the earth, and the horizon have been opened to me. He is a man of countless cubits in his length. He is in the midst of darkness. He cannot be seen. This river is far from him. As for his entourage, it cannot be seen. That which is in them and their mansions is the way of the goddess, the baboon, protector, authoritative utterance, demolisher, heated one, and he is firm. As for the sky, the earth, and the horizon, that which is in them is the way of the goddess. Coffin text 1036. I have come in the dignity of Shu. I have treated Osiris. Make way for me. Clap your head. That which is in my hand is the best of the maces of rock. Depart. It is a spell for passing it. Being in the sky of Osiris, my thighs having the dignity of the head, I am the one who has treated Osiris. Strike your forehead. The one who is with me is he of the maces, also he of the lions, a spell for passing him. Coffin text 1147. The sky has been opened to Osiris, who is before me when I am a mummy. Clap your hand, O Ra. I arise that Shu may pass. I am the one who has treated Osiris. I have seen what I have treated in Osiris. Do not mourn over his flesh, the opposer of demolishers. Coffin text 1148. A flame. Make way for me that I may pass. I treat Osiris. Do not mourn over his flesh. Plowed through Shu with a knife. The opposers of demolishers. The gate of darkness is its name. Coffin text 1042. I am a spirit, the Lord of spirits, the spirit which I have begotten. It exists. The spirit which I hate. It does not exist. I am one who goes around his lake in flame, the Lord of light. I make the circuit while the eye of Horus is beside me. As for Tahuti, he crosses the sky in my presence. I am a spirit, the Lord of spirits, the spirit which I have begotten. It exists. The spirit which I hate, it does not exist. I am the one who celebrates the monthly festival and announces the mid-month festival. I have made the circuit while the eye of Horus was beside Tahuti at night as he crossed the sky. His seat being my seat, I passed safely. Coffin text 1151. I am a spirit, the Lord of spirits. The spirits which I have begotten there, they exist. The spirit which I hate, it will not exist. I am one who celebrates the monthly festival, establishes the mid-month festival, and examines the 8. I am making the circuit because the eye of Horus is not beside the followers of thought. I have caused that it may cross the sky so that I may pass. I have not been afraid. Coffin text 1069. I am the noisemaker of the sky, who presents Ma'at Torah, who repels the strength of Apep, who opens the firmament, who opposes the storm, and who nourishes the crew of Ra. My sesepet cloth and my rod have been given to me. I have caused Hetep to go up to its keeper. I have caused the bark to make good progress. Make way for me, that I may pass. Coffin text 1179. I am numerous of faces who makes thunder, whom Ra raised up, who repels the strength of Apapus, who opens the firmament, who opposes the storm of those whom he has nourished. My sesepet cloth and my rod have been given to me. I magnified Hetep as its keeper and caused for myself that the bark may make good progress. Make my way for me. It is the one who guards him in the midst of his shrine. This which is before him is a spell for passing it. Coffin text 1069. Great face, who opposes the aggressors and who guards them in his house. This is the one who enters under the bin. O Serkert, I shall exist in the length of eternity. This is the keeper of the bend, evil of Mace, whose mother is called Majestic Cat. This is the guardian in the midst of his shrine. Coffin text 1065. Open sky, open earth, open eastern horizon, open western horizon, open shrine of upper Kemet, open shrine of lower Kemet, open doors, open eastern doors to Ra, that he may go forth from the horizon. Open to him double leaves of the night bark, open to him, doors of the day bark that he may inhale shoot, that he may create new, that those who are in the suite may follow him. The Book of Two Ways from the ISIS Thesis, Chapter 18, originally written by Judy K. King. Mapping the path to the prophage on the host chromosome. In 1903, Hans Schackenberg published photos of text on the bottom of a Middle Kingdom coffin in Berlin, naming them the Book of Two Ways. The discovery of 18 published and 4 unpublished coffins form the basis of this book from El Bersha in Middle Egypt. The texts represent what Leonard Lesko has called the democratization of the hereafter. This means that First Intermediate Period and Middle Kingdom noblemen accessed texts only available to the king in earlier times. Scribes copied these texts on the inside bottoms of tombs of noblemen. In Lesko's work, the work begins with Ra in his bark, traveling into Nut, the sky. He is urged to pull together your limbs, a reference to molecular self-assembly, and face the beautiful west as you come anew every day, because you are that image of gold, wearing the radiant locks. The deceased passes down to the sunbark at the dark yard of the gods, so he can sail to the stairway of Mercury. This journey heralds adsorption and penetration into the Earth's cell. A flame is bound together around Ra, and the deceased is urged to join the flame. The deceased is at the bend in the lake or the bend in the polar cusp, and he states that he has accumulated what is injured and removed what is injured, suggesting that he merges with the sun god and lodges at the CI site on the lambda genome. The insertional inactivation of the CI gene happens when the inserted DNA interrupts the coding sequence of the resistance gene and alters the phenotype of the cell carrying the recombinant. So, this insertion inactivates the CI protein and the conspiracy of Seth or lysogeny. The deceased then claims that he is Ra. The deceased has purified and treated Osiris, healing his malady, removing pain from the one who made himself. We can understand this process as the human insert in activating the CI gene, along with phage lambda entry into the cell that activates the SOS response necessary to induce the excision of the lambda prophage. Rosetta-U is where the prophage resides, in the hydrophobic base pair, interior of DNA, that is referred to as land, sand, or desert. The deceased states that he is a creator and also references the double doors of the horizon, which indicates the double membrane of the host cell, and or the two event horizons. The deceased sun god is traveling to the lambda prophage site on the host chromosome, where he will pass 7 gates, or the 7 BP branch migration, to allow the excision of the prophage Osiris. He has come from depth to see the growing plant or vegetative elliptic replication to protect contrary phase are proteins or molecules that keep Osiris in the prophage state. Contrary phase represents Seth or CI protein production for lysogeny, the lambda CI repressor. The deceased restores order, the rightful order of crow protein on the operator sequences. A reference to snakes going down to holes in a boat suggests a mobile vacancy in a sea of electrons, according to the definition by the Department of Physics of the University of Sydney, Australia. This definition seems practical in that we are dealing with molecular structures within electromagnetic fields. It references to Seth who made the dark eye, and Seth who destroyed the limbs of Osiris or stopped the formation of the Horus lineage are present. But Osiris is becoming whole in these texts, for the deceased is the one who breaks the fetters or helps Osiris to rise from the lysogenic state. The deceased is beside Thoth, who represents the RNA polymerase for phage transcription and translation of protein, because phage lambda has taken over the replication machinery of the host. Thoth may also represent the upregulation of polymerase 4 due to the cell's SOS response. The deceased states, I am the one who conducts the sacred writings to Ra, Prophet Text 1176, along with, I grasp the writing that I may receive the offerings, and he establishes the millions, Prophet Text 1099. Once again, millions signifies the phage product. The deceased has opposed Apophis or the monster Lex A repressor protein. So the word, or recombinant DNA, is faithfully copied and delivered to Osiris, who is the speech which is in the midst of darkness. Thoth, representative of the polymerase, participates in the successful feat that allows the deceased sun god to bond to Osiris and activate rolling circle replication. Put simply, the DNA instructions are delivered in the recombinant species of Horus exist at the expense of limb formation of material humans or the Seth lineage. There is no theft of fire, no photosynthesis for the Horus species has been initialized, and the Seth lineage has been repressed by the inactivation of the Lex A repressor protein and the Lambda CI repressor protein Seth. As the deceased states, I am the scribe of the plots of land beside Tahuti, Coffin Text 1048, which suggests the necessary transcription of the operator sequences for the lactic lifestyle. The ways of Rosetau and Osiris are on water and land at the edge of the sky. In Coffin Text 1053, it states that the deceased must reach those squatters, the keepers of the gates, and that it is a spell for reaching the eldest of the gatekeepers. It seems reasonable to infer that the squatters and the 6 gatekeepers refer to the 6-gated porous of the Lambda receptor, site for phage lambda penetration of the host cell. The ways of Rosetau are on water and land, and the 2 ways are in the opposite direction, each one thereof opposing its companion in the opposite direction. This is a good description of the DNA molecule, and thus we have a reference to the title of the Book of 2 Ways.